Hey my friend, this is Dave Sharp here. Welcome back to the Build Raw Bootcamp. In this video, we are going to start off the week talking about sales funnels. We're going to teach you about sales funnels. We're going to teach you about the dynamics of sales funnels, which is how they work, how to leverage them, how to understand how to use them to their full potential. And then we're going to move from the dynamics over to the mechanics, and Matt is going to take you into the pointing and the clicking and showing you how to actually go from concept into application. So the first thing we need to do before we even go any further is really fully understand what a sales funnel can do for you and why you want to use one. Listen up. All right, so let's jump into the first important lesson you're going to want to understand before we move on, and that's the difference between a website and a sales funnel. Since the beginning of the internet, when you talk about your business, people always ask you, do you have a website? And it's really awesome to have a website so you can take orders if somebody is ready to buy. The problem is most people don't come to your website ready to buy. They need to be sold on why your product is the best solution for their problem and why they need to take action to buy it right now. So let me illustrate this point with a story. John, he has an awesome secret family recipe barbecue sauce that he wants to sell. Now, normally John would pay thousands of dollars to have a website built, and usually after someone like John has his beautiful website built, he ends up sitting around and wondering why his website that he paid thousands of dollars for isn't converting any sales. And the answer is because websites aren't really designed for making sales, but sales funnels are. So John runs into some smart marketers online who teach him about sales funnels, and he sets one up. The first page of his sales funnel is a lead capture page where John offers the visitor a free gift in exchange for their email address. We call this free gift a lead magnet, something like a short 2-page PDF called the 5 Secret Barbecue Recipes That'll Make Your Taste Buds Explode. Now, John can follow up via email even if the person doesn't buy anything from him right away, and this is smart since email will top 3 billion users worldwide by 2020, and studies report for every dollar spent on email marketing, a whopping $44 is made in return. Now, once they've opted in for John's free gift, John emails them the free gift, and he also takes them to a sales page. This is where he's going to pitch them on all the ways that they can transform their basic meat into a southern treat with his secret family recipe barbecue sauce. In his sales video, he shows people how to prepare the meat, cook it, and even what the finished product looks like. Another tip to make any sales page convert more sales is that there should be no other distractions on the page for the visitor to click around and get lost or confused by, because a confused or distracted person will never buy. Well, good news, because John offered so much value up front with such a clear and compelling pitch to buy his barbecue sauce, his sales funnel is converting a good percentage of people who come through it. Now, most people would stop right there to celebrate, but smart marketers know better. With advertising prices going up every year and competition getting stiffer, marketing legends like Dan Kennedy have prepared us to win in this exact situation by teaching us that whoever can pay the most to acquire a customer wins. So let's say that John makes $10 profit on every bottle after he covers his hard cost to make each bottle of barbecue sauce. But he has to pay on average $20 in advertising to generate each sale. Oh no, he's upside down $10 on every bottle. John and thousands of other businesses like his would be out of business in no time with these margins. But that's where having a sales funnel gets exciting, because after the initial purchase, we ask ourselves, what would be the next obvious thing to offer a customer who just bought our product? Like, what would they need or want that would make their purchase more complete or convenient or add more value? In the case of John's secret family recipe barbecue sauce business, the next obvious offer to make An upsell with would be a discount for buying multiple bottles, like buy 6 bottles and get 1 free. Let's say that 30% of people take that multi-bottle upsell. Now, for every 10 customers that came through, 3 of them bought the upsell, and John was able to collect around an extra $150 in profit with no extra work. So, let's recap. To get 10 customers, it cost him $200 in advertising. He made $100 on the initial 10 customers' purchases. At this point, he's still $100 in the negative. But 3 of his new customers took his upsell to buy 5 additional bottles and get 1 free, so John made an additional $150 in profit, which took him from a $100 loss on those 10 customers to now profiting $50. A sales funnel, it allows us to have the best possible chance to make money on a new customer, or at the very least, break even on their initial purchase after we cover the cost of our ads. So we've essentially generated a customer for free. And now anything else that customer purchases from us in the future is all profit. The mistake most people make is they try to make all their money on that first initial sale, when really the key is to have that initial sale just break even on your advertising cost. That way you know for a fact that you're able to generate more and more customers for free, and then on the back end, you can focus on maximizing your profits. So, after a month, John, he emails all his new customers and he says, "Hey, I hope you loved my barbecue sauce, and if you did, and if you want to get set up on a subscription for me to send you a new bottle every single month, you can sign up and do that right now." And a percentage of those people will want to do that, and every dollar that he makes at that point is all profit. All made possible because John utilized a sales funnel to make it all happen. Now you might be thinking at this point, wow, this is cutting edge stuff. But the truth is, sales funnels have been used all over the world by almost every successful company that you know. McDonald's, for example, they spend millions of dollars in advertising to get you in the door to spend $1 on a hamburger. Then once you're at the register, they ask, "Would you like fries and a Coke with that?" And before you know it, you planned on spending $1 on a hamburger and it turned into 10, and you're leaving with a full-blown bellyache. Dentists, they do the same thing. They might advertise a free teeth cleaning. And then once you come in, they sell you braces and crowns and teeth whitening services, and you leave with another checkup scheduled for 6 months from now. I think one of the best sales funnels of all time is Disney World. You buy a ticket for a reasonably affordable price, and not only does every single sip of water or bite of food cost you a premium, but after every ride, you get shot out into a gift shop where you and your kids are all bombarded with an onslaught of toys and action figures and clothing items, along with a special deal to buy those photos that they secretly took of your shocked face on the ride that you just got off. You may not be used to noticing sales funnels all around you all the time, but they're there and being cleverly used by the most successful companies in the world. Only now, you're going to learn to profit from them instead of just being sold by them. Awesome. So the next thing that I want to teach you about before we move on and delve and dive deep into sales funnels is I want to talk to you about how to maximize your sales funnel. And this is something that we're also going to talk about here later on this week, but that's the idea and the power of a value ladder. Now, a value ladder has been around for a very long time. It's been around for decades and decades and decades. As a matter of fact, it's been around since the beginning of any sort of commerce happening anywhere. And one of the easiest examples to really wrap your head around this is when you go into a restaurant, you never start out with a T-bone steak. You always have a drink or an appetizer. And then if that's good, you progress up and order more food or more drinks. The same thing happened at Apple, and I'm going to talk about that more here in a second, to where you started off with your iPhone and maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't, then you got it, or at least you were nervous before you got it, then you got it and you were like, hey, I love this, and then you went and bought an iPad, and then you're kind of like me to where you look around and it's like, how did I get all these products, right? Those of you who are still on PC, you'll be there one day. But anyways, so I want to talk to you about a value ladder because in order to really maximize the effectiveness of your sales funnel. You have to be leveraging multiple products at multiple price points so you can increase the overall lifetime value of each one of your customers. Listen up. So let's jump into the next important lesson you want to understand before we move on, and that is the power of a value ladder. A value ladder is a complicated and powerful sales and marketing strategy, but I'm going to make it really simple for you to understand. Remember when I said earlier that the goal of a sales funnel is to break even on the front end and you make all your profit on the back end? Well, this is where your value ladder comes in. Think of your value ladder simply as your product line. The more value that one of your products provides, the higher the price is. Now let's take Apple, for example. They've always sold computers, but Apple really exploded in 2007 when Steve Jobs announced the release of the very first iPhone. Now, everyone had a little bit of a lower price product they could enter Apple's value ladder of products at. Because once they owned an iPhone, they realized they might want to switch over from their other computer and get an Apple computer. Nowadays, Apple's value ladder is much more complex. It's probably the most brilliant value ladder ever created. Most people will start off with an iPhone and then slowly migrate up the value ladder to buying an iPad. Then they make the switch to getting all Mac laptops and iMac desktop computers. And before they know it, they're fully integrated into their entire ecosystem with Apple TV, Apple Music, and Apple Pay. By creating a lower price product at the bottom of their value ladder, Apple created a doorway for customers to buy all their other high ticket and subscription services. When you combine the power of a good sales funnel with a value ladder of products that offer more and more value at higher ticket price points, you get something magical that's truly the secret sauce for even the average person to succeed selling products and services online. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to take you onto my computer screen and I'm going to draw and show you some graphics. I'm going to show you how this sales funnel and this value ladder would work in terms of seeing it on paper, seeing it actually work. Because the truth of the matter is that it's very difficult to visualize something when it's a website, when it's an actual sales funnel. But if I put it down on paper and I show you how the various pages actually interact with each other and how they all work together to build you a thriving, profitable business, then it's going to make much more sense to you. So let's jump onto my computer screen right now and I'll break it all down for you. All right, so here we go. We are looking at a diagram of an online sales funnel. And I'm going to explain all of these pieces to this funnel here in a second. Understand that there's going to be some things that I explain here that we're going to get deeper into in future lessons. Okay, so just roll with me. I'm literally throwing you right into the frying pan so you can get as much value and information right from day one. First and foremost, again, what we're looking at is we're looking at an online sales funnel. Particularly what we're looking at is we're looking at an affiliate online sales funnel, okay? One of the different business models that you can run is actually affiliate marketing. Now I'm going to teach you specifically how to do affiliate marketing the right way because I will tell you straight up right now the majority of people who do affiliate marketing do it the wrong way. We'll get more into that later. But the thing that you see here over on the left-hand side is this is traffic source. So the traffic is really the first part of any system, of any sales funnel that happens online. The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to drive traffic to a sales funnel. That traffic can come from email, it can come from Facebook, maybe Facebook Lives or organic posts, or it can come from Facebook ads. Instagram the same way. No matter where your traffic's coming from, we're always going to be driving traffic into what's called an opt-in page, okay? What is the purpose of an opt-in page? Very simply, the purpose is to collect an email address. Not only so we can immediately follow up with somebody, but so we can build something that's called your digital database, okay? And by having a digital database, the beautiful thing that you get to do is you get to send emails to people ongoing until they either unsubscribe or become raving fans. Now, the reason why it's so important at the very beginning to collect somebody's email address in exchange for them continuing through and learning or finding out more about what you have to offer is because we know from being in marketing sales for as long as we have, and trust me, I didn't invent this statistic, that the majority of people buy after 5 to 12 exposures to your product or service. So if you're not collecting the email address and you're not following up with people at a later date, then most likely you're losing out on the majority of the sales that you could potentially be getting. Now, the next thing that's happening here is we're bringing them to what we call a bridge page, to where we're introducing ourselves a little bit, and I'll talk more about that in coming lessons and why this is so important. But then they're moving on to the sales page, okay? They're going to buy something. Typically, they're going to buy something that's, say, low price. Let's just call it, just for an example, $7. Then they're going to immediately go to an upsell page, which let's just say that this is something for $97. And then they're going to come to a thank you page. Now, I want to stop right there, because most people who attempt to do online marketing, whether it be affiliate marketing or any of the other business models out there, there's so many different ones. There's e-commerce. There's creating your own product. There's selling your services online. So many different people have attempted to sell things online, and this is the exact strategy that they take. They say, hey, look, I'm even going to be fancy, and I'm going to do it right. I'm going to launch a sales funnel, and I'm going to sell my little product right here for $7, $10, $12. I'm going to even implement an upsell. Great, look at me. I'm hot stuff. And then they stop there. They bring somebody to a thank you page, and they just go out and try to sell more of their low ticket products. But here's the problem with that, okay? If you look up here, this says the number one purpose for this section right here, from here to here, is one thing and one thing only, and that's simply to pay for your advertising. I want to let that sink in for a second, because so many of you guys, if you've attempted different online marketing ventures before selling lower ticket products and you haven't been able to actually scale your business or even get ahead, the reason why is because you're approaching this completely wrong. Even with the wrong mentality, you simply have the wrong blueprint. The only purpose for these low ticket products right here is to simply pay for your advertising or to break even. As a matter of fact, some companies on the front end between this point and this point actually take a loss. And maybe you've heard of the phrase sometime in the past, loss leader. Well, the reason why a lower ticket front end product is called a loss leader is because you actually sometimes take a loss. Now, here's where this gets really sexy and exciting, is that it's absolutely necessary and it's smart to have a sales funnel that sells your lower ticket front end products. Not only does it provide value, but lower ticket products on the front end, and I can tell you this from testing thousands and thousands of different offers of my own and of my clients, that lower price products to a cold audience absolutely converts better. Why? It's common sense, because somebody's going to be that much more apt to spend $1 or $5 or $10 with you than they are going to be to spend $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. I think that that's pretty common sense. We can all agree to that. So it's absolutely necessary and it's intelligent to have lower ticket products on the front end. But again, their purpose is only to pay for your advertising. So where does your profit come from? Well, as you can see on the diagram, the number one purpose of your back end products is to create profit. And here's some examples of those back end products. You've got your subscription products, you've got high ticket products, and then you've got other offers that you could make in the sequence as you bring them through your sales process. You could also be sending emails, making other offers down the road. So these back-end products, these subscription products, these high-ticket products, these other offers that you're making to people down the road, that's where your profit comes from, not from your low-ticket products on the front end. And if you understand this, you're going to save yourself so much time and so much money. All right, last but not least, what I want to do is I want to take you into a recent event that I did to where I actually broke down yet another funnel. Now, this was a real world example of a funnel that I ran in the network marketing space. This was selling an information training product, a course, a digital product. I was selling to network marketers, training them how to actually market their business online. And at this event, I broke down the actual numbers to where I utilized a sales funnel with an effective value ladder. And you're going to be able to see with crystal clarity the difference between actually just running my front-end sales funnel that sold my various lower ticket products and what would have happened if I wouldn't have had a higher priced product on the back end, which was my iMac computer or my MacBook, right? If I would have just been selling iPhones, this will all make sense when you see this clip. So welcome into one of my recent events that I did. I hope to meet you one day at one of my events somewhere soon. But listen in very closely. Let me show you and demonstrate the power of having a sales funnel with an effective value ladder. Facebook, whether it's email traffic, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Google, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Bing, whether it's solo ads. You're driving your traffic into what's called a capture page, okay? From the capture page, you're going into a sales page. Simultaneously, you're adding that email address to your digital database or your autoresponder, okay? For those of you who don't understand the need for building a list, that is the value of every company these days. Why is Facebook so valuable? It's because of their data. It's because they can take that data and create these little artificial intelligence, which is what they are. Algorithms are artificial intelligence to where it's able to somehow know that my wife has a brand new baby and that she wants to look at baby shit. You know what I mean. Somehow they know that I'm involved in this whole online thing. And so I see ads every day, all day about internet marketing and like all that kind of stuff. Anybody else in that same boat? You're just like, holy crap. We see our friends and buddies on the internet all day, trying to sell us shit. Not baby shit though. Over time, we email those people back to our offers. We also, a portion of those people who go into our funnels will buy immediately. Okay? On the back end is where the real money is. And again, why I have here break even is because the only real purpose of that front end funnel that's selling those there's many different names for it. Tripwire, front end offer, low end, It's the here's the appetizer. You never walk into a restaurant and they say, ready for your T-bone steak and dessert? No, because everybody's going to order a drink. So start off with a drink, right? It's kind of like, going on a date. You guys have all heard that one. Fellas, we've made the mistake before of trying to, hit a home run in the first 2 minutes, right? And she looks at us like we're a pig, really. It's because we were being pigs in that moment, right? But then she slaps us and we snap out of it and we go back into realizing that everybody has to go to first base and second base and third base and then home, okay? And so on the back end, after we put our customers and our traffic through this specific front end process, then we can offer them our premium price products, and that's where you can do that through webinars, or you can do that through a conversation. Now, typically, if you want to sell something for more than $2,000, sometimes even more than $1,000, it requires a human conversation. Okay, it does, because it's not a $20 financial decision. Okay, It's a $5,000 or a $10,000 financial decision. So having that conversation with somebody is 99% of the time necessary, right? And oftentimes what we get a lot is, is this real? Because if somebody finds something on the internet, because there's so much of this social programming that things are a scam or it's not real, and that's, again, somebody being burned. We all got burned, and that's just how they're choosing to show up, okay? Skeptical. So, hey, is this real? But then it's also, there requires follow-up. There requires relationship building, rapport building. You heard Chad up here yesterday. Sometimes it's 5 calls. Sometimes it's 10 calls. Sometimes it's 11 calls, okay? Now, the reason why the majority of people avoid the phone is because those calls can be somewhat painful. But if you're good at it, then, and it's what you do every day, then it's not as painful, right? And if you're making money, then obviously it makes it worth it. It's when you're pounding the phones and you're not making any money and you don't really know how to do it is when it sucks, okay? Would you guys agree with that? Okay, yes or yes on that? Okay, so let's look at what we call the value ladder. Okay, and the value ladder it's real simple. Okay, it's real simple. It starts off with maybe something for free, and that's on your landing page. You give away something for free. It's the same in every business. Maybe a free consultation, maybe a free cupcake, maybe a free whatever. It's some sort of a cupcake like at a what I don't know. Anyways, we're moving on. Whatever you're giving them as a here. Take me on a test drive. Let us show you that we're willing to give you some value before we ask you for some money. When you go fishing, do you just put a hook down in the? No, you put bait on there, right? So as a salesperson, as a marketer, that is your bait. It's the free thing. And you can give that away on your landing page. You can even give it away on throughout other parts of your funnel, but typically our quote unquote bait, and I know it's like, oh, bait, like, oh, no, but let's just cut through the bullshit. It's like it's something to get somebody to just nibble, right? Typically, what that comes in is the form of like education or knowledge or how-to stuff, right? So on a landing page, maybe somebody's giving away a free video that's going to show you how to make money online, or a free PDF download that's going to show you something about, Facebook traffic or setting up your autoresponder or whatever it is, okay? And then you're going to, ascend those people up the longer, sometimes immediately, but oftentimes the longer they become a customer, they buy more stuff, okay? If they're getting value, okay? And it's sort of the same thing. The problem why most businesses don't, they leave a lot of money on the table is because they don't make other offers to their customers. Maybe it's a money block thing. I don't know. Hey, they feel fine charging somebody $20 or $30, but once we get over 1,000, I feel like I wouldn't pay. So maybe there's a money block thing there. Maybe it's just a lack of marketing knowledge. It could be that too, right? Not knowing, hey man, I could double or triple the size of my business by making a premium priced offer on the back end. Okay, so let me give you an actual behind the scenes look of one of our funnels. Okay, now this is a funnel that we ran in 2016. At the end of 2016, I'm going to give you some numbers for some current stuff that we're doing as well here in a second. But this was one of the funnels, the offers that we ran in 2016. Okay, it was these particular numbers. Anybody ever seen my simple sign-up system funnel? Okay, so we sold many of you actually are in this event because you came through that funnel. I think you are, Merle, is that right? And you are as well. Tell me your name again, sir. Yeah, right here. Greg. And then Merle, and then Tom, you did too? Okay. So that, and then Corey, you came through that as well. Now this is very interesting. You came through that as well. Mark. Okay, so this is kind of interesting, right? These guys, a few of them, came through. They bought something for a couple of dollars, right? The front end offer I think was $3.95. I think was the front end offer. We gave away some videos. Great content, huh? Powerful content, especially for a guy who is not an internet marketer like you, Corey, right? I know. I'm talking to you because I know a bit about your story.
but being mostly an offline traditional business guy, came from the network marketing space, not a whole lot of internet marketing knowledge, none. Okay, comes through that simple sign-up system. I was targeting network marketers, okay, because I know that industry, and so I was teaching them how to make money online or how to build their business online. Corey comes through. I want you guys to listen to this very, very carefully, because this is how this works. Okay, Corey comes through, spends $3.95. Did you take any of the other upsells? Okay, he took 2 of the upsells, and then he comes through. Did you attend the Master of Enrollment workshop or no? Okay, so he didn't take the $1,000 Master of Enrollment workshop upsell. Okay, then all of a sudden we start Duplicate Dave at the beginning of 2017. He comes in, he enrolls in Duplicate Dave for $5,000, right? Because we've got a 50% pre-launch special right now. Comes in, no internet marketing knowledge whatsoever. Comes in, and you're at what now? So $32,000 in actual take-home money. Give him a round of applause. And because of that $32,000, he's done a significant amount of sales too. So it's just this business continues to blow my mind, right? It continues to blow my mind. Just a few months ago, I had no idea who he was. He saw a freaking ad on most likely Facebook, clicks it, opts in for the free thing, buys the $3, $4 thing, takes a couple of the upsells, doesn't take the $1,000 Master of Enrollment upsell, goes and enrolls and takes the Duplicate Dave, $5,000. Within 30, 45 days, he then, because there's an affiliate program, Earn While You Learn, makes $35,000, 35 or 32. Okay, let's just go conservative. Let's not $32,000. How many people are here because of Corey? Give him a round of applause, guys. So it really is we're empowering people to go into, now you're actually making videos every single day. You started a little brand, right? Social entrepreneur. So I see your videos, you're uploading videos. And so hopefully today, this YouTube training will help you, you know what I'm saying? Maybe take that to the next level, okay? So that particular funnel that he came through, let's go through some of the statistics, okay? Because I want to break it down for you to get you to understand exactly how this all works. So in the first week of December, we had 367 opt-ins. And you see over in the far left side, it looks like a little bit of the lettering's cut off, but I can tell you what those say. Number of opt-ins, 367, 404, 324, 435, with a total of 1,530 opt-ins throughout that month into that particular funnel. Okay, so 1,530 opt-ins. Now, a lot of this other information is just information that we track in-house, like number of applications, so people who filled out applications, coaching applications that came through there. The important numbers I have an arrow on. The total revenue for that funnel that month was $40,511.15. Okay. Now, when I tell you that initial front end funnel, so that's the lower price products, and in that particular funnel, we were selling simple sign up system for $3.95. We were selling network marketing launch formula for. We had a traction code as an order bump, $19.95. Then we had network marketing launch formula for $47. The upsell rate on that network marketing formula at $47 was always like about 40%. So that's why we know that really that $47 upsell number really works real well. And then we sold story selling formula for $197 on the back end and that as well. So those were the break-even components of that funnel. Those were the products that you saw when you immediately first came through the funnel. You would buy the simple sign-up system, and then you would see 1 upsell, 2 upsell, 3 upsell. And that's why I asked if anybody did not know what a one-click upsell was yesterday, and I explained that to you guys. You remember that? Where you buy something, when's the best time to sell somebody something? When they just bought something else. Now, let me relate that to something else. Do you know when you go through a grocery store and you come up and they got all that shit there? And it really is shit. I mean, it's the 5-hour energies, it's the candy bars, it's all that kind of stuff. They know because you're in buying mode. The Inquirer magazines and all that stuff, they know that you're in buying mode. And that's the best. And obviously, if something's there, if an ad is still running, you know it's successful. And have you guys, some of you older folks in the room, has that always been the case with cash registers? They've always been there. So that is an obvious, effective upsell, folks. Okay? So that's why those front-end upsells. So in this funnel at $40,000, if you look right below that, you'll see the number $11,916.30. That's how much we spent on advertising. Okay? But if you go back up a couple of lines and you look at that $13,037.15 number, that's how much came from the online funnel. The rest of that money that made up that $40,000 came from our back-end telesales. And that was the majority of the money. So the front end, what the front end did was the front end just paid for our advertising cost. Is this making sense to everybody? The front end products were our break-even products. Now the reason why most people fail at internet marketing is because they don't understand this concept right here. And that's why they can't make their paid advertising work. Is this valuable? Okay. That's why they can't make their paid advertising work, is because they're just running a funnel, or they get involved in affiliate opportunities. Or, for example, why are most people never able to really scale or advertise network marketing companies, although we're now in this age to where social media is, it's an obvious no-brainer, right? But unfortunately, there's a lot of companies in direct sales who don't really understand the power of the internet. So they don't really know what to do with people who are marketing online, right? But the reason oftentimes why you can't scale businesses that don't have a bigger back end is because if I was only driving traffic into these front-end sales, I wouldn't have made any money. I would have. Typically, most marketers lose money. Even if I would have lost money on that $13,000 that we made back, say I only made back $5,000, and so I lost about $6,000 in that advertising. I still would have made it back because I have a back end. Does that make sense? So the problem why most people can't make money with paid advertising is because even if they lose a little bit of money on the front end, they think, oh my God, my advertising's not working. I'm losing money. But you don't have a premium price back end that's kicking in. Does that make sense? Equivian, did you have a breakthrough, brother? All right, my man. So here's where the I like seeing this. It's like if what would be cool as hell for me is if there was little light bulbs on top of everybody's heads, and as they had a breakthrough, it was like their light bulb went off. It's like, oh, okay, I see you, bro. I see you. Oh, okay, see. Give her a round of applause over here. Her light bulb just went off. So what's really interesting, if you want to break this down to the granular level, which is my final arrow down there, we made $26.48 profit for every person that opted in after advertising. Let's really just make sure that we all understand what I'm talking about here. That means that there's a capture page there, okay? And every single time somebody puts their email into the capture page, it's like depositing $26.48 into my pocket. Yeah. Right? Now I want you to imagine if you had a system that was set up that did that for you. Now that's after advertising cost. This is the most transparent I can be with you, showing our internal numbers. These are the reports that Jeff sends me, okay? And it's right here. Every single time somebody enters their email, not bot, just enters their email, it's like $26.48 profit.
Okay, my friend, welcome back. Welcome back. This was a lengthy video. There was a lot of meat and potatoes inside of this training module, and what I want you to do is I want you to really go and get used to just grabbing a piece of paper and mapping out your sales funnel and your value ladder. Okay, I do this all the time. Whenever I'm coming up with an idea, I need to be able to look at what are the products that I'm going to be selling, which I'm going to list out on my value ladder, and then how am I going to sell those products? Am I going to what are the product that I'm going to sell on the front end? What is my upsell going to be? What is my second upsell going to be? And then am I going to have any offerings that I'm going to make over the phone, or is there any subscription services that are going to continue to rebill that are going to actually create real profit for me? Because remember, as I trained you in this video, that initial sales funnel is really only there to help you to break even, or just pay. If you can pay for your advertising dollars and break even, you're doing really well. If you can profit on your front end funnel, then that's fantastic. But I want you to play around and begin to think about, okay, I have this offer. How am I going to actually bring people into my world, and then begin to develop a relationship with them by first giving them something to test, an appetizer, if you will, before I begin to introduce my other offers. Now, some of you guys may be wanting to do some sort of a coaching or a consulting offer, or maybe you have a service-based business. Heck, maybe some of you guys have some sort of a brick and mortar business, to where you really need to first develop the front of your sales funnel needs to just be some sort of a free giveaway that gets people into the door, maybe onto a webinar to where you sell them a high-priced offer, or maybe into your store to where you have some sort of a conversation or some sort of a demonstration of your product, right? The bottom line is it does not matter if you have multiple products at multiple price points, meaning you have low ticket products that then lead up to a higher price product, or if you just have one higher price product, you're still going to need some sort of an offer on the front end to get people into the door. Does this make sense? Onto your webinar, onto your phone call, into your store. And you need to be able to draw out and map that out on a sheet of paper, on a diagram. So we're going to provide you with some resources. I want you to begin to scribble and scratch and develop what your value ladder and sales funnel actually look like, okay? So you can then now begin to, in these following days, begin to actually build the marketing assets, okay? So you're going to build the actual funnel. So if you have just one product that you're selling for $997, you're going to have a really awesome opt-in page with a great free gift on that opt-in page that's going to get people to come onto your webinar. If you have a brick and mortar business, then you're going to have a really awesome free gift on that landing page that's then going to get them to opt in. So you've got their email, and then you're going to give them directions or instructions to come into your store, and you're going to have another free gift for them when they come into your store. Are you starting to get the picture, right? You want to give them lots of bait, right? Lots of free gifts to get them to continue to come to you, right? A lot of people only do free giveaways on an opt-in page. Well, if I'm getting people on the phone, I'm going to do, if that's ultimately my goal on the back end of my funnel, I'm going to be giving people free giveaways on my opt-in page. I'm going to be giving people free giveaways to come onto the phone, right? The more value you give people, the more that they're going to continue to come and pursue you, okay? So what I want you to do again is I want you to actually map out and write down, what are you selling, okay? What are you selling? That should be able to be listed out on your value ladder. And then on what particular places inside of my sales funnel am I selling those products at? In the very beginning, again, I'm going to have a free gift. And then I'm going to have some sort of an offer, maybe a low ticket offer, $7, $19. Maybe you're an affiliate. So if you're an affiliate, what I want you to do is I want you to map out your opt-in page, your bridge page, and then I want you to map out the actual sales funnel of the company that you're promoting. Does this make sense? You need to understand and this is something that you need to understand in order to be a good affiliate marketer. You need to be able to identify, okay, what is the company that I'm promoting, what does their product value ladder look like? what does their sales funnel look like? That way I can determine whether this is going to be a good product for me to promote if they actually have high enough priced products in their value ladder for me to make significant commissions. They have to have some sort of reoccurring or subscription. They have to have some sort of higher ticket product, of at least a few $100s, so I can make $100, $150 commissions, $200 commissions. And they have to have a good sales funnel leading up to that to be able to get people to convert into it. So again, whether you're promoting your own products or whether you're an affiliate for another company, you need to understand how to identify and draw out a value ladder and a sales funnel down on paper, because that is your blueprint. That's your marketing plan. And then you take that plan and you go and you build those assets. So see the instructions and the downloadable PDF that we gave you with this video. And we look forward to seeing you on in the next day, of this boot camp, because we're going to actually begin putting the pieces into place. Let's build.